this week's episode of Blair to Dreams, we head to the desert of San Pedro in the Atacama region, where we brave the heat the best way we know how. Complain and eat fruit, of course.
We are in San Pedro now, and it is bloody hot. And this is probably the first time where we've kind of hit a little lull in our travels. I think a lot of it's due to the heat. The hostel isn't the greatest.
Not the first time for me.
First time for me where I'm feeling a little down.
Yeah, with every high there is a low.
The hostel's super hot. I'm not going to sleep any of these nights.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is. So now we are looking for some fruit and water. Because they don't have any drinkable water here, so we have to buy all of our water.
And there's no recycling in this town, yet they sell all the water in plastic bottles, so we're hurting here. We're hurting. Best way to beat the heat, crush some fruit.
Food made of water. It's my pack mule.
Once again.
Carry the heavy things. Hi. Experience. So in an effort to better understand where we're visiting, we're going to be digging up some cool facts and sharing them with you in our videos.
So the Atacama Desert is actually the world's driest non-polar desert.
Some parts haven't seen rainfall in over 400 years.
So often compared to the planet Mars, the landscape here in Atacama is super unique, and the soils are unique too. Due to the unique landscape, it's brought many researchers out to this area, not only to do tests on the soil, things like that, but also they did a Mars rover test out here because it's so similar. Living out of a backpack is definitely not ideal.
No, it's like Tetris. Trying to figure out how to make it all fit in while still being able to access certain items. You never get it right.
Alright, so we'll finally come out of hiding because the sun is actually bearable now. It's finally going down, so we decided to break our work day and come out and grab a little bit of food because we got an early morning tomorrow. Where are we going?
The Geysers. No.
Geysers, the Geysers.
I'm thinking about
You're
bread.
thinking food, bread. The Tatio Geysers we're going. Pickup is at 4:30 a.m. But I'm looking forward to see some geothermal activity.
In the morning, we got picked up at 4:30. Pretty sleepy, but the sun's coming up, which makes it pretty cool.
very touristy. One of the reasons we don't normally do tours is because you don't really get a chance to really be in the moment in a place like this when there's so many people around. But it sounds like our guide is pretty adamant about getting away from the tours and the tourists and taking us to somewhere where we can experience more of the nature, maybe quieter, but what a view from here. It's nice to get away.
So we were just talking about how conflicted we are on this trip because we're not necessarily on vacation. So coming on these like touristy tours with all these other people just makes it feel not really what we're looking for. We're looking for the cultural experience, but at the same time we don't want to miss out on these really cool natural phenomenons. So we don't really know where we fall into that. Not to mention it's muy caro, very expensive to do these tours. So yeah, I guess we'll have to figure out how to balance that in the future. Tours versus no tours versus seeing things versus not seeing things.
Five years ago, this place,
5 años.
you could walk anywhere. There was no trails, there was no park rangers or anything. But leave it to humans to ruin everything. They had people falling into the geysers, falling inside the geysers. I don't even know how that happens. But since then, they've obviously had to add more safety precautions, marked trails, and the presence of park rangers who are looking at every second of everything you're doing to make sure that you're staying within the rules. Sucks. We're at a whopping 13,000 feet above sea level. Definitely the highest we've been so far on the trip. Look where we are right now. On a fucking sand dune, rolling weed. But I don't really feel it. I've heard some other people saying that they've been walking for 10 minutes and then need to take a break because they feel tired. But I'm not sure. We must have been easily acclimatized from our first couple of days here in San Pedro. But yeah, I don't feel it at all, which is good. We are now in the town or village of Machuca, and very interesting. There's only about 2 or 3 families that actually live here, and the rest are on rotation. So about every year 7 families will come in and they set up markets, and they kind of implement their own set of ways of life here. And then the next year, another set of families would come in. So very interesting. And cool buildings too.
I don't really know what life would be like here. Very simple, that's for sure. Just little.
we've been on this trip now for over 2 weeks, and this is the first time that we're actually having completos, which is hot dogs. But
con avocado, which you don't even like, so no chalacingo, plus mayonesa, and I don't know what the other thing is. Tomato, maybe.
yeah,
All the things you like.
so I probably won't like it. We'll see how it goes.
Are you into it?
Nope.
This hot dog. Hot dog, avocado, and tomato.
My favorite. It's all my favorite things. Just put me on blast the whole time. Fuck. All right, so the front pack is back on. You know what that means? We are on the move again. Heading to Calama, catching an overnight bus to Arica. And from there, we are meeting up with someone special very soon. Wonder who it could be.
Driest desert that is not at one of the polar, what did I say?
It is actually the world's driest non-polar desert.
It's desert that is not at, damn it, I forget it already.
Here in the Atacama region, fuck me, hang on, keep it going.
Atacama Desert is the world.
What? So here in the Atacama Desert region, it is actually, oh my god, I don't know what I'm fucking saying. Fuck. So the landscape here has been compared to that of the surface of Mars, which is crazy. So a lot of researchers have been here, and they actually did a Mars rover test out here. Epic research.
Suze, again, your energy is here. I'm asleep.
I don't like this.